There was a young girl that was very fond of piano music. She pestered her parents into giving her piano class lessons. She often stays up late at night practicing piano notes on a sheet of paper with piano keys she made. One day, the girl was strolling along the town with her parents and noticed a grand piano in a small shop. The piano looked old and worn out, but it also looked very antique. The girl begged her parents to buy the piano so she could play the piano at home, and finally her parents gave in and asked the shopkeeper how much the piano cost. The shopkeeper was an old woman and she said it was only $100. The girl's parents agreed to buy her the piano, and the piano was delivered to their house for free. As soon as the piano arrived, the girl wanted to play it right away. Her parents invited their relatives to come and watch her. She sat in front of the piano and started to play. But halfway into her music, she felt a sharp pain in her fingers. It felt like a small jab with a needle. The girl's parents didn't want to disappoint their relatives and ordered the girl to continue playing. Eventually, after the visit was over and the relatives left, the girl was very worn out and passed out on her bed. Over the next few weeks, the girl continued playing the piano about 30 minutes a day. She kept feeling the sharp pains and discomfort each time she played, and on some occasions she even collapsed out of exhaustion. But she kept playing and keeping on. One day, while playing the piano, the girl noticed one of the critical keys was jammed. She and her parents brought it to the old woman, and the woman offered to fix it for no cost. She did, however, ask the parents to leave the store, because the repair might not work if the curtains weren't drawn. Soon, the woman came back and said the piano was fixed. The parents brought it back home, and the girl continued playing. Over the next few weeks, she got very skinny. Her arms and body were almost skeletal, and her cheeks were sunken. Again, one of the keys were jammed, and again the girl's parents brought it for repairs to the old woman. She once again drew the curtains and began her repairment. The father, curiously, moved one curtain aside and peeked inside. What he saw shocked him. The old woman had lifted the cover of the piano and reached in. She took out a large jar full of red liquid and greedily drank down the liquid. The parents realized it was blood and immediately called the police, but the woman was nowhere to be found when the police came. The father disassembled the piano and, being a somewhat experienced mechanic, discovered what happened. The piano's keyboards had very tiny, microscopic needles on them. The needles were hollow, and every time the girl played the piano, the keys would draw some blood from her fingers. The blood was then drawn through pipes into a special glass jar that keeps the blood cells alive, and once the jar is full, the piano jams a key, and the old woman secretly drinks the blood and places the jar back to fix the piano. The girl's parents quickly sold the piano online for $50. The girl suffered major blood loss, and doctors discovered the needles also contained a chemical that weakens the bone marrow's ability to produce blood. The old woman replaces this chemical during every fix, and the chemical is injected into the girl's bloodstream by the same hollow needles. The girl suffered permanent bone damage and died a few days later from an infection. Her weakened bone marrows were unable to produce any more white blood cells to battle the bacteria. The old woman was still never found. The girl was buried in a church graveyard in the center of the city.